Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. It's an interesting week for news. We had some storage news, a couple of big networking announcements. I think we're just going to go ahead and jump in with one of those big storage stories. Chris, take it away.
We can do that. Pure Storage is moving to add more bits to your data center with FlashBlade E. The latest entry in the flagship line is based around FlashBlade S architecture and was released last year, but more focused on capacity. The E model starts at 4 petabytes of storage and is designed to help with global sustainability initiatives that Pure Storage is championing. Tom, you had a chance to talk with Pure a couple of weeks ago. What do you think about this new model, and how does it help with sustainability?
Well, I think it's really interesting that Pure is kind of taking this track of it's not just about performance anymore. You have to have capacity, which is something we've known for a while. And it's something that people have been asking a lot of questions about when it comes to Pure, because as it turns out, whenever you're the all SSD manufacturer, the one thing that people are concerned about is the price per gigabyte or terabyte, or now in this case, petabyte of what you offer. But more importantly, it's more than just what it costs to acquire the units. When I did this interview with Pure Storage during Cisco Live Europe a couple of weeks ago, one of the things that they talked about was the amount of electricity that is being consumed by data centers now is off the charts. It sounds small, like 1 or 2% of all global electricity generation is being consumed by data centers. But think about that. That's 1 or 2% of nearly 8 billion people. That is currently, it's going to the generation of electricity for data centers and things like that. And one of the things that's specifically cited in some of the coverage here is the fact that Pure took a hard look at what's happening in the hyperconverged infrastructure space, where if you want more storage, you have to buy another node to add storage to your cluster. That's very inefficient because you're replicating a lot of the pieces that don't need to be there. So Pure took the opposite track, which is we're not only going to offer these shelves available for capacity tiers, but we're also going to reuse the architecture that developed for the FlashBlade S last year in a way that allows us to put these big drive shelves on there. I mean, we're looking now at, starting at 4 petabytes, but going way up from there. And cost per petabyte is actually fairly inexpensive when you think about it, although it is still reassuringly expensive to get a big array. I think what's going to happen is that a lot of companies who have these massive data storage needs, or a lot of companies that want to try to balance that performance and data storage archival type tier, especially cloud providers, are going to start taking a really hard look at this. And I think that that's going to pay off really well for Pure, because it also helps them kind of lead that sustainability type messaging. You can imagine if they're able to get the FlashBlade E into some of these cloud providers and see those electricity bills go down, or at least reserve more power for electricity for other devices, that's going to be a huge win for them on both fronts, hardware and that sustainability story.